guys, so just in time for fall, we're going to do a beautiful fall themed Hey Pumpkin card. This is made using the Warms My Heart stamp set. Really great collection of just fun seasonal gals. Really like the pumpkin one. But there's also, you know, the holding the apple, the wreath, the little snow globe. So really cute set. Besides this, we're also going to be featuring this gorgeous new Splendid Autumn 6x6 designer series paper. You can see I have already been using it. But what's great about this is it's got wonderful like fall, fall patterns on one side, and the other side we've got a solid color. So it's very versatile. So if you're not feeling one side, you definitely have a lot of options with the other. But really, we'll flip through that real quick. Really pretty patterns. Hopefully that's showing up okay. Pretty sunsets, some fields of flowers, some trees with leaves. So really cool. If you checked out, I do have another video where I did another strip from that paper as well. So besides the designer series paper, now in this card, I actually used this gorgeous glimmer paper from the annual catalog. It's on page 55, this right here, which is really gorgeous. It kind of complements the colors really well. And this is the, let me find it real quick, the 2024-2026 In Color Glimmer paper with that beautiful yellow shade. But unfortunately, I did this card for my class and I used up every bit of this paper that I had. So we're pivoting for the video. So it'll be the same dimensions, but instead, since I don't have any more of that, I really looked, we're going to use a little bit of this beautiful Country Woods 12x12 designer series paper for that background edge. Just a similar look, but just with a little bit of a wooden paper edge, which I love this paper. It is gorgeous. So everything's going to be the same except for that little bit of an edge. So I just pulled some of that paper. So besides that, we're using, what is this color? Cajun Craze as our base. We've got some white. We've got that wood grain that I just talked about, and that Splendid Autumn. All right, and then for our colors, we're going to be using some Memento to stamp with, some Crumb Cake to sponge with, and some Cajun Craze for our words. We're going to be coloring her using the blends. You can really kind of color whatever ones that you have, and we'll go over these again in a minute. But of course, we've got the pumpkin pie. We've got some ivory for her skin. We've got Cajun Craze for her hair and some browns. So we'll go over the specific colors when we get to the coloring portion. Right. And then of course, dimensionals to give it a little pop, and you're gonna want your scissors to cut the little corners. So I think we got everything covered. So let's go ahead and dive right into making this card. Let me stick it right there. So let's start with our measurements. So we've got our piece of that Splendid Autumn, and this is cut at 2 inches by 5. We've got our piece of that wood grain paper, which, as I said, isn't it gorgeous? And this is cut, hopefully you can read that okay, at 2 1/4 by 5 1/2. We've got our piece that she is going to be stamped on, and that is cut at 2 1/2 by 3 1/4. And then I've got just a little 1/4 inch strip, so you could just use any scrap. If you also have just a different punch, you could use just any of our Stampin' Up punches to do that shape, or I mean, you don't even have to trim the ends, but we'll get to that in a minute. So that's just a little scrap, and then of course our card base. Okay, hopefully everybody's got a chance to screenshot that or go back if you need to. So we're gonna go ahead and start with our lovely lady. Side. And I just realized I didn't have that blocked up and ready to go. So let me put her back on the block real quick. Okay, easy peasy. All right, so just very simple. We're going to go ahead and stamp her in the Memento. Memento is really good if you're using the blends. You have to be careful, you know, with the different inks that they don't always like each other. So give her a little stamp. Boom. Okay, that came out a little darker than I would like, but we're gonna roll with it. Okay. No, actually, I'm gonna do one flip. Nope, I can't do a flip because I've got words on the back, so we're gonna roll with it. I forgot I normally have at least one flip going. All right, so let's pull in our markers real quick. Okay, so for coloring her, I did her jumper in light Pretty Peacock. I did the pumpkins in Pumpkin Pie because, of course. I did her hair in the light Cajun Craze. Her skin is ivory, but of course you can change her skin tone with any of our beautiful blends. We've got quite a nice variety of different skin tones and things you can choose from. So you could easily make her any ethnicity, which is one of those things that I love, how that line is so inclusive. And then for her boots, I did the dark crumb cake. And yeah, and I kind of left the sleeves kind of white, just kind of like she has like a white shirt underneath, if that makes sense. Oh, and last but not least, for kind of the tops of the pumpkins and just kind of the edge of her boot, I did number 300, and it's just one of the browns, so you can pick any of the browns. All right, so let's go ahead and color this real quick. Hopefully y'all don't mind me coloring. I may try to just speed this up for the sake of the time of the video. Ooh. And there we have her all colored and ready to go. Not sure if I was able to speed up that video or not, but yeah. So next we're gonna go ahead and take our crumb cake, and I forgot to mention, and one of our blending brushes. If you don't have a blending brush, you could also use like the sponge dauber. or like the finger ones. So we're gonna take that and just kind of go from the side and just kind of give it, oh, hopefully I'm not shaking the whole camera, just give it some color around the edge. And I just think this kind of makes it feel a little more fall, kind of gives it a little bit of that pop. If you're going from the edge in, kind of just gives it that nice kind of smoky look. Yeah, I really hope I'm not shaking the camera. Almost. Okay, there we go. And you can go light or as dark as you want on that. All right, next, let's go ahead and stamp our little saying on our little scrap right here, which I realize I also forgot to block up, so let's do that. I cleaned up after my class and I didn't have everything handy. There we go. Okay, so we're just gonna stamp this in our Cajun Craze just on that little scrap. I want to kind of do it a little bit close to the edge. Boom. Oh, well, I'm gonna try again. Do it this side. Overestimated. There we go. That one's good. Yeah. All right, now to get that kind of fun little pokey shape, we're gonna take our paper snips. Okay, first off, I'm gonna trim off this excess because I don't need quite so big a piece, but that gave me some good options. Now we're just gonna basically just trim the tip, giving it a little bit of a point, just like that. Another handy tip, so if you don't trust yourself kind of making it even, which honestly, if it's not perfectly even, it would still look cool. You can also stick it in one of our punches that has that sharp corner and kind of trim it off that way. I probably should have grabbed one to demonstrate that, but I didn't think about it till just now. Go. So yeah, just like that, and you can kind of trim the corners a little bit as needed. There we go. Okay, so now we have our pieces. So let's go ahead and put this all together. We're gonna fold up our card base, take our piece, my glue, and go ahead and glue that smaller one on top. That one's a little thick right there. There we go. Flip that around so the tree is not upside down when I glue in. Glue it where we have just a little bit of that Cajun Craze edge showing up, just like that. Yeah, I think that's a nice fall look with the wood compared to the glitter paper. All right, I'm gonna grab some dimensionals real quick and give her a little bit of a pop. Let me grab one that's not all edges. Okay. Get that one and that one. There we go. Flip. Stick, just like that. And then for our little hey pumpkin, come here, you. Okay. I'm just gonna do a little bit of glue on kind of the pumpkin side. Just like that. Kind of don't want it to look like she's completely stepping on it. It's tricky, depending on where you put it, it'll have kind of a different bit of a feel. You even have it like she's saying it. Actually, this one I'm gonna put up a little higher just for No, I still like it on the foot, so we're gonna put it back on the foot. Okay, so down there, just like that, a little press. So you can, oh, I just knocked it a little bit, okay. So you can put a dimensional under here if you would like. The minis are a little bit better because it is a small piece, or you can also just trim the corner of like the edge, or just cut one in half. A little flip, stick that under there. Boom, there we go. Now it's not going anywhere. All right, oh, I just realized I stuck that a little crooked, but that's fine. She's moving. So there's our card for today. I hope you guys liked it. All the products mentioned will be in the video description below. I'll include both the glitter and the wood grain, depending on which look you like better. Thanks, guys, for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. See you in the next video. Bye.